If you're Baker acted or Marchman acted, so Baker Act is when there's a mental health issue, you're a threat to yourself or others, and you get thrown into a mental health hospital. Then Marchman Act is if it's drugs or alcohol related. You're so intoxicated or impaired, law enforcement has the right to physically take you to the drunk tank, basically, or whatever. Marchman Acts aren't as big a deal, though, because it's usually just because the person's like drunk right now. So, right, you take them in, you put them in the mental health hospital, in 24 hours they let them go because they sober up. What's important is there's police action Baker Acts and there's court action Baker Acts. If you're walking down the street talking to the Martians, threatening people that walk by or whatever, law enforcement has a right to detain you right then and transport you to the mental health facility under a Baker Act. They're allowed to hold you there for 72 hours. If before that 72 hours, they determine that you're no longer a threat to yourself or others and they just release you, it doesn't show up on any database that you were Baker acted because there's no court case, medical record, or anything along those lines because you were released within the 72 hours. That type of Baker Act will not make you a prohibited person. It will not show up on a background check. You will be just fine. If you hit the 72-hour mark and they still believe you're a threat to yourself or others, the doctors will petition the court to sign a court order keeping you under that Baker Act past the 72 hours. Once there's court action, that is what goes on your background check, and that is what triggers the prohibited person section of the federal statute.